Hey everybody, once again it's time. Yes, you know what it's time for. It's time for the finest gathering of individuals in the entire place for chess in this area alone. And what is that? Chess, coffee, and conversations. How you doing? Let me tell you, it has been a great day. We've had some of the old guys back. We got a after tournament report with the Chess Desperado and the Josh the Machine Flores. We've had our first Blitz chess opening tournament on the cheap. This is going to be great. I know what you're saying. You're saying, where do I find all this action at? There ain't nothing around where I'm at. That's because you're not here. And where this is 1251 Wyndham Parkway at the High Point Church. Go north from the intersection of I-55 and Weber Road. Go north to the light, hang a right. We're right there, and that's where you're going to be. And like I said, we had a lot of fun today in an experiment of a little Blitz tournament that we had going. But before we get into all that explanation and what we got going for you, let's just give you a little rundown of the players that are here to have a good time. First off, we have our chess explainer, our master of all knowledge and wisdom, the one and only Josh the Machine Flores is here. Vince is here for witty repartee and to give you his opinion on many of the various subjects. We have Mysterious Matt, Brian the Beast, Crispy Crisp. We have Eric, say my name. Dimitri is here. We've had Ren, who brought his son Scott out here for the tournament. We have Zoran, yes, the mysterious Serbian from great lands to the east. He was here. Take it easy, guys. Glad to see you. Thanks for coming by. The Chess Desperado is here, and just Emil the Hammer. Oh, it was just amazing. Amazing of the people that come out there. If you did not make it over here, come on down. Write it down in your book, put it in your phone, be right here. Like I said, today we have our interview today will be our discussion of the Midwest Classic, which two of our players were participating in, giving their opinions and what they had done there. That's coming up just very shortly. We've got some shots of our Blitz on the cheap. That's the one to go out there. We tried before. It was $1 entry fee, game 5, clock move, draw for colors, that kind of thing. And it turned out wild, I'm telling you. Young Master Scott, young lad come out there. He is a force of nature. I'm going to call him the Hurricane. He comes in and just levels the place. Go out there. He ended up winning by having a draw, having a tie breaks. It's great. It's coming in there. So he gets the title. Then we have Brian the Beast. He came in with in fact, let's read that up there. Okay, here's the score sheet. Because the tournament went by, we started a little bit later in the day. We might as well go up here for our first Blitz on the cheap. We had 13 players. We had Crispy Crisp, Emil the Hammer, the Beast, Zoran the Mysterious Serbian, AJ the Destroyer, Nick the Unlucky, Dimitri, Mysterious Matt, Eric, say my name. Just to name a few. Like I said, the top two players were the Beast, Brian the Beast, and Scott. Followed in closely by Ardrick. Those were the guys that. I'll have a picture up, you can see it. But what a lot of fun. I mean, great. Round robins are great. Just playing wherever you like to be, and that's how we like to do it. But you got to come out here and experience that type of stuff for ourselves. Come on down. But before we get into the rest of that stuff, and something that I think you're going to really enjoy, let's take a look at what we had with our discussion today right over here. Hey everybody, the old biker chess dude is right here once again with Chess, Coffee, and Conversations with our big discussion of the Midwest class that happened last week. We've had some great chess members here that have went there and had some experiences that you need to know. Of course, two of the finest members that we've had here of our group Josh the Machine Flores, and of course the Chess Desperado out here ready to gun down any unworthy opponents. So, gentlemen, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Yes.
With that kind of excitement in their lives, what do you guys do, right? Okay, first off, we're going to come out there. Gentlemen, if you could just tell me, okay, how many? It was what, 5 rounds?
It was a 5-round tournament.
And what was your score at the end of the 5 rounds?
My score was 3.5. 3.55 out of 5.
And Chess Desperado, what was your score?
I had 1 point, which was a full point buy. I was really desperate for a win somewhere and never got one.
Which only goes to prove that the Desperado, if you are worthy, you will survive. He met many people that were worthy. So anyway, let's start off with your first impressions of the Midwest class. Tell me, when you first got there, how was the the accommodations, the directing, the pairings? Just give me give the people here an idea of what went on.
Well, actually, I scored 3 points, not 3.5. My mistake. The tournament was a 3-day event. Time control was pretty decent. It was kind of a strange one to me. It was
I've seen Stranger, but I understand the concept behind the control they were using. Although it's not as easy to set as the standard. The standard a lot of people use is either just the straight game 90 with the 30-second increment or 40 and 90 with the 30-second increment. Here they used 40 and 80. The concept is, of course, that the extra, quote, 20 minutes is going to give more time in between the rounds, which is useful for the players. And if things get into a desperate situation as far as with the extra 30 seconds per game, you can often end up with a game going longer than you might normally expect. So again, that extra 20-minute cushion is also useful for the organizers and tournament directors.
Yeah. So, well, the accommodations are pretty nice. The hotel has been used many times before.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful site to play in. It's well lit. Generally, there's not too much noise problem. The only issues you might have, well, not this time, is like a noisy wedding, which could be a problem at any hotel, and the odd noise from the access hallways when they're like bringing in to new water for the players, or just going somewhere with some sort of water or trays or whatever.
Right.
In those back hallways.
The only issue I had with the hotel was that the restaurant was understaffed, and many times, the times we went, we only got served once out of the 3 times we went. We ended up having to leave to go eat, but that was that's to be expected with the COVID. You're talking like you have a regular full restaurant, and you have like maybe only 1 or 2 people, to handle, three or four dozen, orders at a time. It's going to be slow service, and but right now that seems to be a problem pretty much everywhere. You see signs wanting to hire everywhere, but. Right.
It's just not doesn't seem to be happening.
Right, but the tournament itself seemed to be okay. I think they had over 200 people playing. Because
that sounds about right.
It seems like they had about 200 people playing, and the tournament staff was well. I mean, they're professional. They're veterans. They know
their experience. Dave Hayter has done quite a number of tournaments over many years. He's excellent as a chief TD. I've actually served under him once or twice before, although I wasn't directing, I was playing for a change. But
yeah, so the tournament ran smoothly for the most part, and except for the first round, they had an issue. They had to do repairing for the lower sections, but It didn't affect everybody. They accommodated me. I asked for accommodations, and they provided them, and that was really nice of them.
Did you deal with the online parries at all? Because
Yeah.
I always just do with the wall parries and the wall charts, and they were always good about putting that up. I don't know as far
Yeah.
as with the how the online stuff went.
Yeah, I got my parents texted to me and emailed to me, so I knew who my parents were going to be. But I always knew what board I was going to be on anyway.
Yeah.
because of the
That's
accommodations.
new to me, that texting your
Yeah,
parents.
well, that was the part of the issue with the repairing was they had sent out the text and the email for the parries, and then they found out that was a problem, so they had to let people know that hey, these aren't right. And basically, I don't know if they got new emails or if, like everybody else, they maybe just saw what was on the charts to say, well, hey, this is who you're really playing.
Wow, okay. So, does the logistics of the tournament being addressed, something that, if you haven't been there, these are some opinions here that you may want to use as a guidepost for when you decide to go. Okay, the people that you play, was there any one game or a couple people or whatever it is that kind of stood out in your mind that with either with a win or a loss that you really enjoyed, or something that just
Win what win?
yeah, don't. Okay, I hear everything. But okay, a game that you played that says, it was good. There was something really tense about it, or something that would really interest you. What do you think, Machine?
Well, nowadays, so when I go to, I just started playing tournaments again after a 15-year hiatus. I've come to expect to always being played or paired, at least the majority of my games against younger people. Because I'm 57, but when I'm talking about younger, I'm talking 20 or below. And I wasn't disappointed. My first round, I was paired against a young a young teenager girl. And both of us tried really hard to lose, and I actually won that fight.
I've seen a few games like that. Unfortunately, may have even played a few myself, but
Yeah. So we were basically going back and forth saying who could make the worst mistake. And I'm like, no, I'm older. I got more experience. I'll make the worst mistake for you. She ended up winning. It was my only loss in the tournament, so I'm happy with that. The second game, I played against a gentleman. He was a little older. He was in his mid-20s, maybe early 30s. And I messed up my opening, gave him a pawn right out of the opening. And I kept on pushing hard, making the game very tactical. At the end, I ended up getting a draw out of it, but it was a really tactical game. I really enjoyed it because I basically pushed him really hard, and he didn't understand what was going on, and he kept on trying to keep that pawn going, and it just didn't work out for him. So I was happy with that game. And my third round game, it was a simple game. Everything went. I basically got back into my groove. The game went really well. I was happy with it. And then I got another little girl, fourth round, and she basically played the white side against Exchange French, and around move 27, she offered me a draw, and I wasn't feeling very good, so I took it.
That could be an option. If someone offers you a draw and you're not, and you feel that something's going on in there, before you be like me saying, I think I can win this, and then you end up losing.
Well,
Take the draw.
well, the thing about an exchange French is that White often does that to basically eliminate all the nice little lines that Black has studied for the French. But on the other hand, the exchange basically is pretty much instant equality for both sides. So
yeah, we traded off a lot of sort of pieces, and I was looking to trade off queens, and when we did the trade, if we did trade off queens, it would be 2 knights against 2 knights with the equal pawn situation. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Basically, it's my experience against her stamina. Stamina's going to win. I'll take the drop.
There you go.
yeah, usually that's the case. Actually, the stamina wins.
Tactical evaluation, that's the key. So, Desperado, out of all the
Losses
you had, Was there one that stands out in your mind?
Probably actually my first round loss.
Was it against the Grandmaster? You played probably many of them.
No, I did play up into the top section. I could have played the next one down. And 3 of my 4 opponents were masters. One expert. That game I went Blitz, played totally unlike my normal style of play. That did not turn out to be a very good idea. But the first round game, I felt was interesting. It was fairly good, fairly even most of the way. And I made a slight error in accuracy in the end game, and my master opponent was able to convert that for a win. But it was fun and interesting. It was a little different than normally how I play my opening as white, so that was part of it. And, unfortunately, it was just a bad tournament for me, and I really didn't get the really good, exciting, interesting game. My brother used to have an awesome philosophy about chess tournaments, which was simply that he wanted to have that one interesting game that, as he put it, paid the price of admission. And usually it was a game he lost too, but it's just if it's what really why we play the game. We're not playing it for the money, that's an added bonus. We're playing it because we love the game and we like when we get into interesting and complicated positions.
Absolutely. Yeah, and speaking of that, my 5th round I played against Scott Escalera, a young kid who comes to our club, by the way.
Right, Scott. Hey, Scott, how you doing, man?
And I was white, and I was flustered because I wasn't supposed to provide the chess set as white, and Scott didn't bring a chess set, so I had to bring out my chess set. So I was a little flustered. So when I made my first move, I made my move, and Scott made his move. So I saw when he made his move, he played d5, and I'm like, wait, he's hitting my e4 pawn. I never play e4.
Oops.
He's playing the Scandinavian against me, and I'm going, how did this happen? Why is my pawn on e4?
There you go.
So,
boy, you really were tired the round before, weren't you? It carried over.
Just changes everything.
And we transposed into a Carol Khan after a few moves, and it was an interesting game. And he offered me a draw, around move 30. I declined it, thinking I had the better position. And then he started going berserk, and he ended up losing. And he wasn't, he left without saying anything to me, which is not normal for him. He's a very polite kid. So I hope he still likes me.
Well, it's the old problem. And it's something that a lot of people don't remember or think about. That's if you try to win a drawn game, you usually are going to lose.
Right.
That's
But either way,
something you learn with experience too.
Exactly, really. Okay, so gentlemen, on a scale from 1 to 10, let's give our audience out here a general idea of how the event went for you. Well, take into account, would you go again, that kind of thing.
Well, this tournament has been around a long time. As a matter of fact, I think I directed the first time it ever appeared up here when Goldberg didn't do it. I think Bill Smythe and I were one of the first tournament directors.
That's going back, people.
I think we were the first tournament directors for this tournament. So it's an old tournament as far as Chicagoland, and it's traditional. Yeah, I think the tournament went well, and I would play again. The entry fee was $100, which is still pretty steep for me, but it was still 20 hours for 5 games, long games. I enjoyed it. I think it was worth it, and I would recommend it.
And you, sir?
Yeah. No, this tournament is definitely a good tournament, well run, well organized. I don't play as much as I used to. I would probably be willing to play this event again. Overall, because of my horrible result, I don't know how high I'd rate it, but the event itself is a really good event. I would also say point out one other thing for I know that it was an issue, I think, for the Chicago Open. I don't know about for the July class. I believe they were allowing spectators this time, but not positive about that. A lot of the people I saw as spectators, I think, were actually players, but yeah, unlike some of the previous events, you weren't pushing the people out of the room, so I think they may have been allowing spectators. On the other hand, this event, unlike, say, the Chicago Open, I don't think they have ever had somebody doing the games analysis, so that's sort of missing from it. And another thing that was missing was the bookstore, although my understanding is, unfortunately, the bookseller had a number of personal issues that came up, including, I think, a flooded basement that basically precluded them from coming. And of course, a day or two to get a new bookseller just ain't going to happen.
And they had the room set up, so they were expecting a bookseller.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what we got for you out here. Chess, Coffee, and Conversations with the two of the finest players that we have here at Chess, Coffee, and Conversation. Make sure you stop on by and say hello to these celebrities. And now, let's go to this. Where does one go to meet a coach to take you to that next level of attainment where it comes to learning and appreciating chess? Receive an intimate and personal instruction. Squarehopper is that. Learn the game of royalty, chess, in a new and very unique style of teaching. Squarehopper. Reasonable rates, extraordinary results. Very good. As we're in our very first inaugural Blitz on the cheap, $1 entry fee, 50 cents a win. As you can see, play everybody once in the round robin, and the hang is going great. I love it. Here we come out here again. The mighty Zoran versus Dimitri, as these guys like to think even with the total pressure on them. As we continue on, one of the best and most integral players you'll ever want to meet. That's right, the Beast versus the one and only AJ the Destroyer. Neither one will say die. It's fantastic. And Crispy Crisp.
What happened?
Hey, what's that? That's what's going. Okay, you are in the Blitz on the Cheap tournament. How many wins you got so far? 0! And that's not easy to do against this man, I guarantee you. I got a man over who needs to play Chris.
Oh, I got someone's coming.
Oh, someone's
they went
coming.
to the bathroom.
And of course, you got Josh and Vince out there trying to see where all the Grandmaster mistakes are at. They're putting their book together, saying, it doesn't take a brain. Blitz on the Cheap. One of the greatest little adventures that we got here at Chess, Coffee, and Conversations. Do it, baby! Be here. Okay, folks, one of the live games we played against Beast and Crispy Chris. As they're coming out there, that's Crispy Chris.
Soon to be crispy.
Soon to be very crispy crisp. That's right. Notice, without hesitation, the intensity of the moves that these gentlemen play. One thing you have to be here at the site in order to hear it. The internal growling of the beast. It's almost like a very weird sounding cat purring. I mean, you don't know if you should pet him or just boot him outside. Notice the moves. Every move tells a story. And the story is here, as the Beast says, today, on the board, there will be blood. Now, in this game, one thing we want to make totally clear. Chris got a ride from the Beast. So if Crispy Chris stomps on the Beast, does he have to walk home?
I have that stupid cane I have in It's not a good cane. It's not a great cane.
Take whatever you want.
Not me.
That was not a good game.
I really want to get nice figurine. Those are expensive.
Unlucky Nick is suddenly getting kind of lucky here.
Walking stick with them. I don't know, man. There you go. Walking stick. Maybe with
The hammer gets smashed. Save my day.
And then he had to sing it.
All right, Eric is fantastic. The putting backstage is done.
I was like, which way do I go?
It's my fault, not my fault. I knew I wasn't going to be here last week. The weekend before. Yeah, I would say.
Is there anybody who has to play the hammer? Bill. Okay.
See, he went to my house. The last time I saw him, he came to my house.
Once you're done, report the score and go.
He bought me a Cubano sandwich. Which was really nice. You know, so we did the list, right? And we finished the first book. Clear one series, and we were going to get it. While we were there, the house was extremely noisy. People were just getting in and out. So I was really embarrassed. And he said I should
The rule is illegal movement is lost. Illegal movement is illegal movement. It's not allowed to count. Such as security check.
It's probably back.
Were you on the Blitz?
Yeah, that's where I'm
Okay, good job. I'm watching for that the whole freaking game. I was watching for that. I was like, you got it? All right.
I was like, damn.
And the Padawan has become the master. This is proper. Oh my God.
I never asked. I just found it. I've known a lot of people
You can see the sneak in right here.
left or right?
Right.
It doesn't look like they got a lot of photos. It's not yet.
Okay, 85% of the match is done, and still rock and roll. Let's go. All right. Here we're going, folks. This is Scott. He is a marauder. He is a force of nature. He's playing Crispy Crisp. But Chris has got a few tricks up his sleeve. Watch this game, baby. This game over? Who won? You won again? Lucky. Buddy was lucky. There it goes.
I used to like lucky. I've been blocked like this all many days. I'm not doing this in the past few games. It can't be thinking so much.
Okay, at 90%. At 90%, folks. Josh is very proud of you. Unbeknownst to you, that Josh has been analyzing your play, your energy, and your style. And by his observation, he can honestly say he has not seen anything better than you've ever done. Lucky Nick. Yeah, these guys are girl, what is this? They don't skill. Alrighty. 90% almost done.
That's what I'm doing.
Percent completion.
You know what they do in town poker? You know what they do in town poker when you go
Ready, slowly, the blood is boiling. You must pray.
Yeah.
This is so cool. These games right here at this table are being recorded.
Right on the money.
Time is your friend, time is your enemy. Yes. Crispy crisp against the living force of nature, a destructive power of Scott. He is Hurricane Scott.
I mean, obviously, those things, right?
This is going to be.
And he's cursed, Catholic church, so he's like the first, first firefighter actor last. Right. But there's people saying, oh, well, that's not true. What do you mean not true? Well, thinking of the next generation, retired astronauts, like God, appeared in an episode. Right, yeah. I know. That's like. Yeah.
The man is like a vile fungus.
I gotta watch. I'll look at it.
Pollute everything that you do.
I'll look at it. I don't have. Well, now I will now. I know. I don't have. That's pretty cool. I haven't. What I have been watching is, obviously, about the Rolodex. Did you show? Should I? I have not
Oh, there it is. The force of nature takes him. Good game. Well, we hope you enjoyed that, and thanks everybody for sticking around and taking a look at what we had going up there. The excitement's burning down, and we know how to do it. And oh man, what a day! The weather is good for coming in, and since the weather's getting a little cooler and outside stuff isn't getting out to really hot, this is the place where you want to be. Make your plans. Be here next Sunday, and let me tell you what's going on next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're going to give you the opportunity to play chess with style. Now, what am I saying about that? I mean, you can have a good game of chess, but do you have it with style? Style is going to be demonstrated by Mr. Lawrence Reed. This is an individual who's collected chess sets. He spent a lot of time with it, and he's going to put some of these wonderful, beautiful sets on display for us. That's next Sunday, October 24th, going to be right here. Come down and see what style and class looks like up close and personal. You're going to love it. Plus, we're going to have some games, and we'll have some fun, and you're just great. As always, I'll have the coffee and the water if you want it. Bring something else if you like, and we're just going to just love it. So, everybody, right now, remember, I want you to do and keep a note of what the old biker chess dude always tells you. Keep the rubber side down, the shiny side up, and the pieces on the board. That's right, everybody. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, you. Oh, we'll see you at the next one. Yeah, next Sunday, the 24th, we'll be here. You be here too. Bye.
Replace the hand.